at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. On first down, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game. Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate. 2nd and 20. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
From the red zone now, Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Chris Conley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And some room to maneuver. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Hey, we haven't been around the entire time football's been played, but we have studied our history, and there have been some great backs who've been accused of running out of bounds to protect themselves. Well, back in the day, many people didn't like that. But nowadays, take care of the football, show some intelligence, live to fight another down.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 8 and a good first step there with second and goal coming up. Chubb. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1. Well, they held him out on second down, and now here's third and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. Gostowski's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The timeout here is we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe him.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. There he goes, right side. The 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for the Browns TD. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that's a great play for that defensive unit. Gostowski with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now a first down throw, Watson. Caught here by Conley. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
From the 24, Watson. He's got Akins, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Lindsey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
The Texans' new punter for 2021, Cameron Johnston, on to punt. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 51, come on. 51.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Desmond King, ex of the Chargers and Titans, in on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down at 5. Mayfield on play action. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And they'll get him down up past the 15. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 38. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. They'll run on first down. Johnson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Watson now to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game. And now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Andre Roberts now to return it. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsey. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Second down and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. Amendola catching it left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing again is Watson. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by the rookie Greg Newsome. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Tight go.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. That's a run. They're running it.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far. And it was again on the last play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play fake. Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. And got his man complete. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they're going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
A give running right is Chubb. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 68 yards on the ground for him so far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson. That's out to the flat for Ingram. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Watson a give. This is Johnson. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5 now. Watson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
What a banner year in 2020 for Myles Garrett. Gets his Cleveland Browns to the playoffs for the first time in a long time and had 12 sacks to lead his team. He's averaged more than 10 sacks a year in his 4-year career and was named All-Pro for the first time after the 2020 campaign.
The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, 29 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Again, it's Johnson. And he's brought down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Fighting through it, he's got space. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 40 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And that was a pleasing run from Phillip Lindsay coming over from the Denver Broncos to join now a crowded backfield with the Houston Texans. But why is it so crowded? Because they finished 31st in the league last year in rushing, and they're trying to find anyone who can lead them and get that running game moving in Houston.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A shotgun snap for Watson.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's got daylight. 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Here's Watson. Finding room at the 30, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
The slant caught by Amendola. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Dancing to his left. Amendola has it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Now Watson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Here's Watson.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Well, this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Watson. Screenplay. Johnson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter, you're going. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The Browns drive about to get started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them.
He's got a man, complete. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Into the hands of Cooks.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Watson, off play action. He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to our 3rd and 3. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
And the Texans 1st down.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. 2nd and 10.
They run the counter. Lindsey.
And he'll be brought down after a gain of about 9, and compounding things, it's now 3rd down as well.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. One last throw here for Watson.
connecting with Amendola. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.